Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Floss. I'm back again with another video, and today we're going to take a look at the iPad versus the Motorola XOOM. Okay, now a couple of people hit me up. They want me to put them side by side, so that's basically what I'm going to do. I'm going to put them side by side, just run through a few apps on them and see what it look like. And we'll rate them in a few different categories, alright? Now, first thing we're going to take a look at is presentation. Alright, now what do I mean by presentation? How's it going to look when you put it in your house, in your office, in your living room, you know, wherever you put it at? How's it going to look when you got it set up with your dock and you got your wireless keypad, you know, and you got your flat screen, you got all your other stuff around it? How's it going to look? Alright, so let's take a look. First, we'll take a look at the iPad. Alright, you get yourself a nice dock. You dock it in there. Now, this can only dock in portrait mode. You know, it's still a go. Alright, and it looks nice. Has the white, you know, typical Apple white stuff, you know, black, white, and gray. That's their signature colors. Okay, so we'll dock it in there, and this is what it's gonna look like on your desk. All right, it's gonna look like this, sitting up in portrait mode. All right, so now let's take a look at the XOOM. Basically, same kind of dock. Only difference is the XOOM docks up in landscape mode. Okay, so this is how the XOOM is gonna look. It's gonna look like this on your desk. Everything is black on this, so this is a go also. Typical, you know, Android kind of platform. Everything black, everything one color. So it's pretty nice. All right. So now, how am I gonna rate these? Presentation, I'm giving both of them a 10. They both look nice. If you got a nice setup, both of them gonna look hot on your desk. Both of them gonna look sick in your living room. So both of them is a go. All right. So let's get rid of these. All right, now let's take a look at the home screens now. How can you customize these? Well, on the iPad, it's not too much stuff you could do, but if you get it jailbroken, you can do this kind of stuff, like with the barrel. You know, you could change the home screen background. You could change the lock screen. Everybody knows about the lock. You know, you have two different ones. So I have one set for my lock screen. Then I got this black brick background for my home screen. Alright, you can move the applications around to wherever you want. Okay, well, maybe you can't. Okay, well, you can move them to the next spot. You can't put one all the way down at the bottom. It has to go to the next available spot. So say I take this onto this screen, it's gonna go right here. So you can't have this one just down here floating around by itself. All right, so like I said, it's got a little bit of limits on the iPad, but whatever. All right. Now, as far as the XOOM is 100%. I mean, you can make this any way you want. All right. Now let's take a look. With the XOOM now, you could put these widgets and applications any way you want. Say I want to add an app. Say I want to add Yahoo Mail. Drop it down to that screen. Now I can put it here. I could just stick it right in the middle of the page. I can put it anywhere I want. Also, you got 1,000 different widgets you could drop on here, and you also have the live wallpaper. So let's take a look at one of these live wallpapers, just so we can see what it look like. Well, let's go with the classic Nexus. All right, so this is what the live wallpaper is going to look like on the XOOM. All right. So we'll try it on the home screen, and it looks like this. Okay, so you're gonna get it on your lock screen. Got the live wallpaper going. Okay, so when it comes to the customizing, I'm gonna have to give it to the XOOM. Blows iPad out the water. I'm giving this a 10 for customizing, and for the iPad, I give it a 7. Maybe an 8, because when you got it jailbroken like me, I mean, there's so much stuff you could do with when you get it jailbroken. I just haven't had time to really sit back and play with it like that, so I just added a couple of tweaks to it. But you know, it's definitely not touching the Android, but it's pretty good. All right. Now let's take a look at some of the web browsing speeds. All right. So for that, just to be fair, let's take the live web wallpaper off, because everybody knows that, you know, sometimes that slows everything down a little bit. So we'll take the live wallpaper off. Alright, Now let's pull up something at the same time. Let's try Facebook. All right, okay, so I got both of them bookmarked. Let's run them both at the same time. Okay, now as you can see, the Zoom popped up already. iPad's still loading. Zoom is up, ready to go. All right, pinch the Zoom, works perfect. Works perfect on the iPad also, but dual core processor, one core processor. So of course the Zoom is going to be a little bit faster. All right, so now let's see. Let's exit out of this. And let's open another page at the same time. Let's open up one of my other favorite applications. Let's try Foursquare. Okay. Foursquare up and running already. Still loading on the iPad. Already ready to go and start making moves. This one's still loading up. I mean, you can still make moves on it, but as you can see by the bar on the top, not 100% loaded. Alright, so let's exit out of that again and try that again. Okay, now that has a little bit of time to load up. Okay, Foursquare up and running on the Zoom. Okay, now it's up on the iPad. Alright, so clearly we can see that the Zoom with the dual core processor is blowing the iPad out the water in speed. Alright, now everybody's talking about what's up with iPad 2. Well, you know, iPad 2 is not out yet, so we can only deal with what we got in front of us. Alright. So when it comes to that, the Zoom is on a scale of 1 to 10. Internet speed, the Zoom is a 10. iPad is, we'll give it a 7, maybe an 8. You know, it's not that bad, but it's not touching the Zoom, all right? Now let's look at the multitasking feature. Now say I want to go back to that Facebook page that we just opened. On the Zoom, one button, because you got the tabs on the top just like on your desktop. So one button back to Facebook, one button back to Foursquare. Now with the iPad, same thing, you know, you just click, you have them, but it's not as right in your mouth like as it is with the Zoom, if you want to say it like that. With the Zoom, it's right there, you can see everything on the top. With the iPad, you're going to have to click the little box and see what windows you have open, and then go back to Facebook. Alright, and it's one tab, just like on your desktop. If you have multiple tabs, say I open up a Google, I have a Google tab now, Foursquare, Facebook. Same thing with the iPad, you can open up a new one. Say I got my Google, say I want to check Matters of Gray. Let's check that out. This is how I keep track of all of the, you know, new stuff popping over Foursquare. Let's take a look at the Matters of Gray on this one, and we'll load it up on this one also. Okay. Okay, both of them look nice. Scrolling is beautiful on both of them. Pinch the Zoom, excellent. Okay, so on the internet, on the way it renders, you got to remember that there's no flash yet on the Zoom, so it's going to be basically the same kind of content that you're getting on the iPad. Basically the same. All right. So now we'll take a look. Let's go back to the Foursquare. Same thing, okay? So as far as internet speed go, you know, you see for yourself. All right. Now let's take a look at a few other things now we got here. Let's take a look at some of the games. All right. On the iPad, let's take a look at a classic game that we all know and love. Let's check out our Angry Birds. All right. Let's check it out on the iPad and see what it looks like. Okay, everybody knows Angry Birds, you got to play in landscape mode. Comes out pretty good on the iPad. Actually excellent on the iPad. Sound is great. And you got all your different levels. You know, if you could get a look at that. That's what it looks like. So, you know, I'm basically 3-starred on all of them, but if you want to play with it, you see what it looks like. Okay? So the Angry Birds is a go on the iPad. Let's take a look at the Angry Birds on the Zoom. Okay, now I haven't really got a chance to play the Angry Birds too much on the Zoom, but from what I did play on it, I like it better than the iPad. Now, one thing off the top, the sound is just way louder. It's a lot louder on the Zoom. It even feels like it's a little bit faster. See? You know, it's a little bit faster. You get the idea. Alright? So the gaming, I'm gonna give both of them a 10 because iPad has 1,000 games specifically designed for iPad. The Zoom in the market, there's not too many good games out yet. You know, a lot of the games that's for the typical Android systems, they don't play correctly on the Zoom yet because of the 3.0 honeycomb, but whatever, you know, this is still brand new. So you got to give it some time. But they do have a few good games out. Anybody ever heard of Fruit Ninja? I mean, this game is a go. All right, let's take a look at this. Fruit Ninja, it's easy. Basically, just try to, you know, kill as much fruit as you can. You're swiping them. You try to get combinations. You know, let them get together and you get 2, 3, 4 hit combinations. I mean, it's a good game. It's very relaxing. It's very nice. All right, which brings us up to our next category. As you've seen, I just got an alert. Now, with the Zoom, when you get messages, emails, alerts from, you know, any kind of system you got, you see somebody just hit me up on Facebook. We got a few Gmails. Everything pops up on the side, so I can see everything I downloaded, some updates available, a few emails here and there, a few Facebooks, a few YouTubes. You just click on it, take you right to your app, right to your email, and you check it from there. Now on the iPad with the notifications, if you ever seen an iPad, you know you get that little blue screen that pops up and you just click on it, or you download something like this called Notified. This is a nice app I got it from Cydia. Same thing, it'll show you all your notifications. Like say right now I only got 4 notifications on this. It's my move and Words with Friends. So you click on it and take you right to the game. Alright, so as far as notifications go, you know, the Android is killing it because it has this bar at the bottom. You know, you have to clock settings, everything on one button. On the iPad, it's not coming up like that. You're gonna have to download a specific app for that, like this, or you're gonna have to just keep checking the emails, and you know, when they come in, you get the little notification showing you how many emails you got. All right. And speaking of email, let's take a look at the emails and see what it look like. Now they both pretty much have the same kind of format with the messages on the side and the main content in the middle. And you click on something, you know, you get your content, you can take a look at it, download the pictures, you know, basically the same, but for my taste, I'm going with the Android. I like the Android format a little bit better. You know, it just seems like it runs a little bit smoother to me. All right, now, you know, whatever one you like, that's on you. Okay? So side by side, you can take a look for yourself, see which one looks better. Like I said, me personally, I like the Zoom better. I like the feel of it. This has a nice kind of like rubber back feel when you're holding it. You know, it's not too heavy. It's almost the same weight as the iPad, maybe a little bit heavier, but it just works great. All right. Now every now and then you get a little laggish here and there, but I don't think that's the Zoom. I think that's more with the Android 3.0. It's still in early stages. All right, so let's take a look at the keyboards now also. So I get a message, right? I want to type something out. Now this is a different keyboard I downloaded from the market. This is nice. It's basically designed for 2-thumb typing, you know. Kind of like the gingerbread keyboard. All right, so you get you get 2 thumbs. Then when you want to put the numbers, all your numbers are on one side, so you're not reaching across the top. So I'm digging this right here. So the keyboard on this is a go. All right. Speaking of notifications, this is how the notifications pop up on the iPad. Like you see, it's my move in Words with Friends. That's my joint right now that I'm playing. That's how it looks. All right. So let's take a look at the keyboard on the iPad. All right. Let's see. This shows you how much I be how much I be typing on this iPad. All right. Now this is what the keyboard is going to look like. You know, standard iPad keyboard. You type your stuff out when you hit the numbers. You know, your numbers across the top. So keyboard wise, They both pretty much the same, but like I said, I like this new style with the two, keyboard split in half. So I'm going with the Zoom on this one. All right, but both of them are just as functional. Both of them just as good. All right. So there you have it. I put them side by side. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm giving the Zoom a 10. I mean, I'm digging this thing. This is brand new software. Everything is new on it. I like the Zoom. I'm giving it a 10. The iPad is still tried and true. You can't go wrong with the iPad. The iPad is a 10 to me too. The iPad is a definite go. Only thing with the iPad, when you're watching movies in landscape mode, you're gonna get them like this. Let me see if I can pull something up for you. All right. Now, this is our content that's for the iPad, so it's gonna come like this. But if you're watching videos from YouTube or something, you're gonna get the black screen on the top. All right. Now, matter of fact, speaking of YouTube, let's take a look at the YouTube app, because this is what I like about the Zoom. The YouTube app is a go. All right. So let's take a look at the YouTube app on each one. Oh, okay. Let's take a look and see what we got here. All right, so now this is how they both start up. Let's take a look at the bottom when you go to my channel or your channel, whatever. So I click my videos on this one, my channel on this one. Now, as you can see on the Zoom, it's a little, it's a different kind of layout, but it's pretty much the same. One thing I like about the Zoom, you have the video, you have the voice video search. So say I click this. Basketball Wives. If I want to check out the latest drama going on with Basketball Wives, all I got to do is say it, pops right up. Okay? So that's a nice feature on this one. The iPad has a feature that the Zoom doesn't have also. Let's take a look at that. So let's take a look at my last video I made. Right? Now say you're watching the videos. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, right? Floss. I'm back again doing. When you're watching the videos on the iPad, on the side you could check related videos. You could see more from me, more from the author, or you could check the comments. Okay? Now when you're watching a video with the Zoom, let's take a look at a video, same video with the Zoom. Okay? You got related videos and you have comments, but you don't have more from. So that's one category that's missing. Everybody, it's your boy Floss. I'm back again. All right. So that's the only thing missing is you don't have the more from. All right, but you have a beautiful YouTube application. You got the voice search. Both of them you could thumb up, thumb down a video. I mean, it's a go. It's a go on both of them. I'm just an Android kind of guy, so I like the Android one a little bit better. All right. So there you have it. Anything else y'all want to see, hit me up. I'll do another video. Like I said, this was just really something for a couple of my boys. I'm not really getting too deep into this. And basically that's it. So anything else y'all want to see, hit me up. And we all know if you're going to be rocking out with the Zoom, then you better get yourself an Evo. That's the Zoom's partner. And if you're rocking out with the iPad, get yourself an iPhone, all right? So if you want to be the man on your block, you got to know how to come through, all right? It's your boy Floss. I'm out. I'll see y'all on the next video. Let me know what y'all want to see, all right? 1.